when, because we already talked about it, well, the first song you had the feeling, well, now I'm getting somewhere. Do you still recall?
I don't know. I think that whenever I would write a song, it would, you know, you're kind of manifesting a feeling, or so there's that elation in writing a tune. So like the moment of writing or after you've written, it's like this really ecstatic moment, and that's the addictive part of writing, I think, is being a songwriter. It's like you're working within, you know, 3 to 5 minute or 2 to 6 minute, whatever parameter, and there's something that's really gratifying about that. So I don't know for me that I would ever say that like there was a song that really did that. Like, I mean, I think I've only, for me and what I think, like I only think maybe I've written 2 really good songs.
Which are?
I think The Good and the Bad Guy and Gone Away.
Why?
Because I think they're more universal. I think I can, they're less idiosyncratic to me. And I think that, you know, the point at which the idiosyncratic, the quirkiness of my character or what I'm interested in, and when that can cross with the universal, meaning something that everyone, that's fundamentally human, that's like the deepest part of our humanity, when those things intersect, I think that's when like really timeless material happens.
Is it for you, if you have to, well, you were saying those 2 songs, is it for you, can you still recall the feeling you had, or were you in some kind of mood or some kind of spirit when you wrote those 2 songs? Were they created in a similar fashion? I'm trying to grasp now.
Yeah.
how you...
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, The Good and the Bad Guy I wrote in less than 10 minutes. And it was something that I'd been thinking about a lot, the concept of, you know, it's a lot easier for us to dismiss someone that we're angry with and just be like, oh, they're like, you know, a jerk, and I hate them, and I'm gonna always hate them. But what this particular situation was about was that there was a person that I dearly loved and that I was deeply invested in, who also did some things that were really terrible. So, not necessarily to me, but more so it was like, well, how are we capable of that as human beings, and like, how then do I tell the story of that without, because it's a lot easier in telling a story to just kind of make, you know, either I love someone and they have no faults and they have no indiscretions, or, you know, I just think that we're very complex in that way. And so I don't know, in terms of how those songs came about, in that sense, that was a very quick song where chords and lyrics and words came all at the same time, and that's very rare for me. More so my process is, you know, it depends, but for the most part I'll sit down and in 10 hours or 5 hours or 15 hours, I really have to do it all in one go, and that's kind of how.
And the second song you were saying you were proud of, there was one song that you
Gone
had...
Away, yeah.
You made, well, 15 hours like you were saying?
Yeah, that was
okay. Probably
more, you know, 5 or 6, something like that.
So no similarities between those 2 songs? Okay.
But if you're writing well, then that feeling is always going to be in the music. Like whatever it is that you're, like the emotion is primary, you know? The emotion has to be primary.